Hi, I'm Representative Roger Goodman, coming to you from the state capitol in Olympia. The 2026 legislative session has concluded for the year, and for many of us, this has been one of the most challenging sessions in recent memory. We continue to face significant budget challenges in the wake of deep federal cuts to health care and food assistance, and we're encountering economic uncertainty from worsening inflation and the adverse effects of tariffs and foreign wars. So, over the course of this year's short 60-day session, we focused on doing what we could to protect the safety and health of the people of Washington and to increase affordability for Washington's working families. In today's Good Minute, let's highlight just a few of our legislative accomplishments. First, let's discuss the affordability crisis. The cost of living keeps going up. Gas, groceries, housing, health care, and child care. Federal tariffs are costing families and small businesses in Washington an estimated $2 billion. The war in the Middle East has pushed up the price of oil, along with the cost of every good transported to market. Health insurance costs have also spiked for more than 300,000 Washington residents due to the notorious federal legislation, H.R. 1. We couldn't undo these federal actions, but here are a few things we did to boost affordability. House Bill 1155 bans non-compete agreements, which deny workers the opportunity to switch jobs. Now, workers will have more control over their careers and their earning potential. House Bill 2266 will help boost the development of supportive housing, transitional housing, and emergency shelters, so we can increase our supply of affordable housing. House Bill 2242 preserves access to preventative health care like routine cancer screenings and vaccines, so no matter what happens at the federal level, Washington's patients will not be hit with sudden out-of-pocket costs. Wage theft is widely considered the largest form of theft in this country. House Bill 2479 helps workers get the pay they're owed by strengthening how the state investigates wage theft and recovery. Now let's turn to the shocking and unprecedented federal actions taking place in our local communities. We have watched how ICE agents behaved in Minnesota and elsewhere, with masked men snatching people out of their vehicles and off the streets, and even shooting protesters. We have worked to prevent the same violence and distrust in our law enforcement here in our state. We've passed laws to hold ICE and other federal agents accountable and ensure that transparency and trust is maintained, including Senate Bill 5855, which prohibits the use of facial coverings by law enforcement officers, House Bill 2165, which makes false identification as a peace officer a crime, Senate Bill 6002, which limits the use of automatic license plate reader cameras and prevents use and data sharing by federal immigration enforcement. House Bill 2105, which requires employers to notify employees when federal employment eligibility audits are occurring. And Senate Bill 5974, which ensures civil immigration enforcement cannot be carried out by untrained or volunteer law enforcement personnel. We want everyone in our communities to feel confident and safe around law enforcement and know that all officers are trained, professional, and can be held accountable for serious misconduct. Now let's consider the great new revolution of artificial intelligence and the disruption it's causing. Washington must remain a leader in innovation and technological advancement. However, that should not come at the expense of our children and our communities. We passed several bills this year to protect consumers who use AI and to ensure that our communities remain safe while the technology develops. House Bill 1170 informs users when content has been developed or modified by AI. House Bill 2225 requires operators of AI companion chatbots to implement precautions for minors, and it mandates operators of AI chatbots to implement protocols for detecting and addressing harm. And House Bill 2155 prohibits AI tools from using nursing titles or credentials, ensuring human beings seeking medical care will know when they are and are not interacting with human beings who are medical professionals. Finally, let's reflect on our paramount duty, the basic education of all of our children. There's no doubt this was a difficult year for education funding. While we made historic changes to our tax code to help working families, we still made difficult budget reductions, including to child care. Some education programs were cut this year, including transition to kindergarten and Running Start. However, last year we did make a historic investment in special education of over $750 million over the next 4 years. And we protected school meal funding. Due to a private gift of $1.5 billion, we also established the Pre-K Promise Account to fund 10,000 additional early learning slots over the next 10 years. Other education-related legislation included House Bill 1795, which limits the detrimental use of isolation and restraints in our schools, Senate Bill 5346, addressing limits on the use of cell phones in schools, House Bill 1295, which requires school districts to use science-based literacy learning techniques as part of their curriculum and train teachers with the best science-based techniques to teach reading. House Bill 2360, allowing schools to maintain a supply of albuterol to quickly respond to asthma attacks. House Bill 2532, banning the retail sale of nitrous oxide, which is heavily marketed and abused by kids. And Senate Bill 5105, strengthening law enforcement's ability to go after child sexual predators who use new technologies to exploit and abuse children. This is just a sampling of the 268 bills we passed this session. While we did not solve every problem, I'm proud of the work we were able to accomplish together. Now that we're no longer in session, we're moving into a period we call the interim. During the interim, I will spend my time making sure the policies I worked on are implemented properly, and I'm starting to work on several bills that did not make it through the process this session. I look forward to connecting with you in the district and hearing your feedback. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for your interest in public policy.